Yeah, definitely. I think my body's starting to get into it. It's feeling good, and second game here, and should be good. It's going to keep on getting better, I feel like.
Would you describe how different this season's beginning feels to last year?
Yeah, it's been great. I think obviously last year was tough for me, and just having this year, no distraction, just worry about hockey. It's just nice to have, honestly. I think it's going to be around the boys early, get some chemistry going, and definitely better than last season for sure.
Where do you maybe feel your game's at heading into this season?
Yeah, it's feeling good. Hopefully I could take a big step here, this year. But I'm not worried about that too much. I think I'm just gonna get into these preseason games, try to get my game up to par for October 10th, and then see where that takes me.
Do you have any kind of personal goals?
I have personal goals, but I probably won't tell you that. So, I have some personal goals, but I'm gonna keep that to myself probably.
When you look at the lineup for the game tonight against, I'm talking about Buffalo's lineup, what was your first reaction?
Oh, I didn't see it.
Okay, it's a bunch of, I don't want to say ECHL guys, but there's just a lot of the stars that are going to be overseas. Does that affect your approach to the game at all?
No. I think I'm just going to worry about kind of my game and, our game as the Senators. I don't think it really matters who we really play. We just want to play a good game, and if we play a good game, we'll win. So I don't really care about their lineup too much.
Playing alongside Tyler Boucher, who's a guy who's been, he's had some injury issues over the past couple of years. What's it like? What are you sensing from him right now in his hunger level?
Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be great to play with Boucher. I think he's such a physical player. I think he's gonna create space for me and Crooker out there. So I'm excited to play with him. He just has to play confident and believe in his abilities, and I think we'll do pretty well tonight. I think he's a good player, so it's gonna be good.
What's the vibe you're just getting from the team this year in terms of the step you want to take forward?
I think there's a different level of confidence. I think coming into camp this year, I think we have a bit more of a belief in this group. I think, obviously with the addition of the veterans, that'll help a lot. But just more of a confidence, I think, coming into camp. I definitely feel that throughout the first week for sure.
After your first preseason game, what kind of feedback did you get from the coaches?
Just to keep going and doing what I've been doing all camp. Just keep playing my game and keeping it simple with the pro guys.
What was it like to play against a Leafs lineup that had a lot of superstars in it?
Pretty nerve-wracking, I think, but I think I kind of got comfortable as the game went on. But I definitely was pretty nervous before the start of that one.
Have you
Players that kind of, you're like, oh my God, it's awesome now. Was that kind of moments for you during that game?
I think, probably the opening face-off when I saw their first line was matched up against me. It was, it was exciting to go up against those guys. We watch them on TV, so it was pretty exciting, though.
When you look at tonight's lineup, have you seen the Buffalo lineup yet?
I haven't, no.
Okay, it's maybe a lot of guys you're not going to be familiar with. How does that maybe change your approach to the game?
I don't think it changed at all. I think I still, try and do everything I did the first game and keep playing my game. But I think no matter who's on the ice, I want to go play my best and showcase myself the best I can.
What's the communication like so far with
Tyler? We just first kind of practice we had together, so we were just kind of trying to get some chemistry going. So I thought I hope it works out really well tonight.
Despite the fact that you're in camp, so the further we go, things are starting to slow down for you. You're starting to get at ease with this rhythm and all that.
Yeah, I think I get more uncomfortable every single day I come to the rink, and I think I'm getting my own a little bit here, so it's been really exciting.
Less butterflies tonight than you had on Sunday?
A little bit less, but I think I'm probably still pretty nervous for the game.
After your game, a lot of people and fans were thinking that if you keep playing like this, you should start the season in the NHL. I don't want to put pressure, but from your perspective, how close are you to the NHL?
I think I'm right there, right around there. I want to keep showcasing myself every night, and I want to stick around here as long as possible. So I want to keep playing the best I can.
I think maybe is it something you want to kind of focus on in terms of trying to get to the NHL in your own game?
I think improving my skating. That's something I always want to work on. Getting faster. It's a lot faster game than junior, so to keep working on that's probably the biggest thing.
Carter, I know probably lots of time has been spent here, but what do you just think about Ottawa as a city so far? Any experiences off the ice that are fun for you?
Haven't really had a chance to do a ton of exploring, but going out for a couple of dinners and everything, it's been really nice. So I've enjoyed it a lot.
Parents here tonight?
They're not. No.
Were they in Toronto? Or?
No.
Tell me about what it's like to just be on the ice here with this team.
Yeah, it's been exciting. Obviously, it was a whirlwind of a summer for myself. so getting here, getting settled in, getting to know the guys, and then especially starting training camp, it can be a long summer. So getting that going was exciting, and so far I like the way we look. Guys are out there working hard and showing what they can do for this team. So far it's been really good.
When you say whirlwind of a summer, what are you getting at?
It was just like, with being traded, there's just so many things to figure out for me and my family. I got 3 kids and my wife, and you never really know when, if it's going to happen, but it is part of a business, and it's always possible. So when it happened, the news kind of hits you like a whirlwind. But there was just a lot of things to figure out, but I was excited to get here and get settled in and get to know the guys, like I said. So getting all that behind me right now and moving forward is what I'm looking forward to.
What are your first impressions of Travis Green and the systems he likes to run on defense?
Yeah, I like it. It's hard work, but if you ask any championship team, like if you want to win championships, like it's going to take hard work. So it's competitiveness and that will to win. Those are the 2 biggest things for me. That's just like work ethic and competitiveness are my 2 biggest attributes. So like if you ask me, like I'm right on board with that. And I think everyone on this team knows what it takes to win, and those are some of the things that we got to do. And it's going to be times during the year where it's not going to be easy. So doing those kind of things right now is important for us to build that character for when we do run into adversity throughout the season.
Nick, does the physicality of this camp stand out to you?
Yeah, I thought early on guys are physical, and that's, to me, that's an important aspect you got to bring to the game. It makes it hard on other teams when you know that you're going to get put through the glass every time you touch the puck. So guys don't really want to touch the puck when that's going to happen. So I think early on showing that physicality that we can have throughout the season is going to be important as well.
One more thing, I think you just had another baby, right?
Yeah.
How are you guys handling that in your family? But also, Brady's had a child. I think Ben Sexton just had a kid. Are you guys bonding over this?
Yeah. Well, this is my 3rd, so I'm a little bit more of a weathered vet than Chucky and those guys. But it's always nice to see guys on the team that that we're all a family here. But obviously, we have family within the family, and that's really important to see those parts grow is really exciting to see for us. So I'm happy for all of them, and I'm glad we can keep growing as a group. Yeah, it's great. Obviously he's a great player. I think all our D-core extremely talented. I think you would ask all of us. There would be no issues playing with any of us. Mixing it up, we're all capable of playing at the NHL level. But being out there with Shabs is obviously really easy for me. He's a very skilled player, sees the ice very well, talks. So just guys like that make it easy on me. So it's nice to play with them.
One more dad question. I know there's other dads on the team, but have you given Brady any advice, given that this is his first go around?
I have. I'm trying to think of the specific advice I've given. I remember when I had my first kid, and before it gets there, you're like, yeah, I'm ready, but no one's really ever ready because you don't ever get to experience, what it's like to have a kid for the first time. So it kind of hits you like, whoa, it's having a kid, but it's an amazing experience. I am glad that he took the time to get away from the rink and spend time with his newborn and his wife and kind of take that whole process in. So that was probably the biggest thing that I told him to do.
Have you gotten better at figuring out how to get a lot of sleep right now?
Yeah. Actually, my wife's putting in the hard work and competitiveness outside of the rink, just as I'm doing it on the ice. She's got the 3 boys. They're not here right now, but they will be out here soon. But so she's working just as hard where she is. So.
One more thing, as a vet in this league, last night Drew Doughty goes down, gets an injury. I know these games are important for chemistry, but they're also meaningless in a sense. Like the regular season is go time. How hard is it to balance that as a vet? Like you've got a spot on this team, but just to get the reps and see something like that happen.
Yeah, I've been following that, but I'm kind of in my career where I take the approach where I go all in no matter what the situation is. I think if you ever take the approach where like, I don't want to go too hard here, these games don't matter. I think it always matters in my eyes, whether it's through the summer, like training. If you have that mentality all the time, you take it at the end of the season. Just for me, it's just hard to go from like, oh, these games don't matter to, okay, these games matter. So I like to kind of put myself in that situation all the time where like this always matters to me. So that's kind of my mentality. But at the same time, we got important guys on this team that we don't want to go down and have hurt. So guys got to manage themselves. So one of the big things is probably just managing your time on ice, just making sure you're fresh all the time. That kind of limits the injury impact. But yeah, overall, that's my kind of mentality towards it. Yeah, I think like I said, the effort is always, the 100% effort is kind of always there. But it's getting that physicality, because obviously there's a separation between summer league hockey and then when guys start really playing and their focus is physicality, work. It really steps up, similar to how regular season steps up to playoffs. Preseason steps up to regular season. The work ethic's always there, but it's just a different tempo and different mentality a little bit when it goes to those games. So you just got to be ready when those game ones, because every game matters, obviously, when the season starts.
A youthful lineup tonight. What are you expecting from your hockey club?
Hopefully a lot of the same. We want to be a work-based team that competes hard, and it's always going to start there. And continue to see progress in our system play. And obviously, as you get deeper into camp, there's guys that are vying to win spots on the team, and whether it's to start the year or later in the year, leaving a good impression.
Your goalie situation for tonight?
Linus will start.
You expect him to play the full?
No,
game?
half a game.
Any update on Artem Zoo?
No.
Kind of hinted at it just in this opening here, but the reality is, and you said this yesterday, is some guys aren't going to be moving on past today. What's your message to some of those players ahead of this game for effort?
That's it starts there. Like I said, with our group, we want to see effort, whether we're practicing, whatever we're doing. Want to be a work-based team, and that competes at whatever they do.
How does Buffalo's lineup affect anything in this game?
Not at all.
You can kind of slot yourself, can't you? Like where you are in the organization in these types of games, like you said, guys can make an impression, be called up later.
Oh, as a player?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think if you look at our lineup tonight, there's some guys that are trying to make the team, quite honestly, and I don't talk personally to them about that. They know that, and you hope they all play well, and you got tough decisions to make at the end of the day.
Carter Yakemchuk kind of spoke to us earlier today and kind of talked about how his full potential was to try to find a spot on this team. Just what do you want to see from him in his second preseason game?
More of the same. I think you don't really know what you're getting with a young player when he gets drafted and he comes in. I've never seen him play, and B, how is being in an NHL camp going to affect him, and how does it affect him as camp goes on? The games change as you go. Players get tired as you go through camp, but he seems to every day he's been fine with it so far, and we'll take it day by day.
You had a chance to be on the outside looking at this team when you were with Jersey last year, played 3 games against them. You probably trying to see what they were doing right and doing wrong. Now you're in the inside. And I saw your defensive zone coverage. You were pretty hard on them. And what do you want to see differently, tactically I'm talking? You've seen them from the outside, played against them. Now you come in, you have the system in place. What is tactically that you want to do with them to make this defense better than it was previously?
I think there's a lot that goes into a lot of improvements that we need to make. It's not just defensively, but we have worked on our defensive game a lot in training camp, and a lot of it isn't even about system. It's about effort, it's about closing lanes, it's about winning lanes, it's about having stick on puck, boxing out, being competitive, being consistent. Obviously system play is part of it. Every team, not every team has a different system, but there's probably 3 D-zone systems in the league, and you can win with any one of them. You just got to perform it well and be committed to doing it.
Tactically, would you allow your defenseman, let's say you call your system, I don't know, box out or man-to-man, would you allow your D-man to go up to the blue line?
Yeah, I'm not big into talking about our systems openly and publicly as far as how we play, but we're going to compete hard.
Good. They were doing something on a fast breakout, this team.
Yeah.
We used to see that, and they had created very good scoring chances off of it. Whether it's Stutzlove, whether it's Batherson, whether even the captain Kachuk. They would break out fast, and that's from a loose puck from the defensive zone coverage. Is that something that in your system we're going to see again this year?
Well, we're going to play fast. We're not going to cheat and leave the zone, I can tell you that. But we are going to play fast, and there's a time and place for guys to get out of the zone quick. There's a time and place for guys to round the corner, we like to call it. But we want to be a team that plays fast off our breakouts. We want to play fast in the neutral zone. And to play fast in those areas, you've got to get the puck back. And you got to play fast coming back into your zone as well. And I really, truly believe your breakouts, your offense is connected to your forecheck and your D-zone coverage. And you can't just be good on breakouts and not good in D-zone coverage, or you're going to be tired when you break the puck out. So we do want to be a team that's fast. When you watch the NHL, it's getting faster and faster every year. But there will be times where I think you're talking about wingers slashing out, and there will be a time and place for that. There'll also be a time and place where you got to win a puck battle and get it out.
You have a good young team. Not only a young team, you got a good veteran players, but a lot of very offensive players. How do you manage the ice time on the power play? You probably go 1 minute, because you got lots of options out there.
We will. We're going to have special team practice over the next few days. In today's NHL, if you can have 2 units, it's a bonus. I think we should be able to have 2 good units. I'm not a big believer in 1 unit staying out for 2 minutes, but there are going to be times where that first unit's going to be out for 1:20. And who's on the first unit is we'll see who it is.
Thanks, Coach.
Allmark yesterday just mentioned how excited he is to put the Senators jersey
Yeah.
on for the first time.
Yeah.
What eagerness are you sensing from him for his first start?
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit of frustration that he hasn't been able to be in practice fully every day. He's been on the ice a lot. I don't know if I think maybe he missed 1 day on the ice, but he skated on his own with Petey and had put in a lot of hard work. I think for any player, they get excited to get into a game and practice. They get sick of practicing, quite honest. And for us as a staff and for him too, we want to see our players in games, and he wants to play.
Also, just one other thing. Last night, Drew Doughty gets injured in a preseason game. What's it like for you as a coach to balance getting vets some time out there? I mean, he's going to make the team, but then also balancing the act that they could get injured in a preseason game.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. You hope guys don't. You hope they don't get hurt during the regular season. But your chances of getting hurt are a lot higher if you haven't played enough games and you're not up to speed. I don't think, we're not going to see veterans play every game. But I think there is a bit of a sweet spot that you should play to get yourself ready for the pace of the first game, the physicality of the first game. And if you don't, you probably have a better chance of getting hurt during the regular season or not playing well.
Travis, are you still expecting cuts after this game? And if so, how big do you expect?
In the next 24 hours, we'll cut down. We'll talk about it after the game, and we don't want to make hasty decisions, but we're getting to that time where you got to start cutting down. So we will.
A big cut, small cut,
medium cut. I don't know. Yeah, probably a bigger cut. I'd like to get closer down to our group here sooner than later. We're going to play the game in Sudbury, and we're probably not bringing a lot of guys to that game, so you can expect us to be getting down in numbers by then for sure.